Hey guys, it's Travis with Weirding Ways Press again. I was gonna write a blog post about this, but I put my fingers to my keyboard and I just didn't want to type anymore. I've been editing Retribution today, and I've been wrapping up well, not the final novella, but the third novella in my Harbingers of Light series, and I just didn't want to write a blog post, but I wanted to talk to you guys, so here I am. Hi. Um, Quickly before I get into what I want to talk about, I wanted to let you guys know I'm probably not completing Nano this year because my project that I had planned for it isn't going to be 50,000 words and it's almost done. And that's okay. And I'm okay with that. I have a pretty competitive writing goal every day anyway, so it's not a big deal for me. But just to let you guys know, not everyone completes it, and that's okay. As long as you're happy with what you do, that's good. Um, so last night I saw something on Facebook that was pretty comical, but it was kind of sad. It was a line of dialogue someone had posted from another person's book, and I'm not going to name names or anything like that. But the thing that was really sad about it was how the person spoke. We're supposed to believe our characters are real people. Well, we want to portray them that way so that our readers can actually get in touch with them. Um, and the line of dialogue made me think, who says that? And when a line of dialogue makes a reader say, okay, who talks like that? That's not good because it's going to break them from the story. They're going to feel completely detached from the character, and you don't want that. Good dialogue should do several things. I don't feel as though it should really push the story forward, but a lot of people disagree with me. It should build towards something. You shouldn't just have dialogue in there just to expand your book. But I don't like using dialogue to push a story forward. I feel narrative works much better for that. If you get internal dialogue going on with a character, I really like that because you get much more in touch with the person. But good dialogue should reveal parts of the story and should help it forward, of course. It should also reveal a lot about the character, as well as not reveal too much. How often do people actually say what they mean? It's probably not that often. But you can tell what they mean by how they act. You know, if a person is nervous like me right now, their eyes are going to be darting back and forth, kind of like mine are. Um, they might be doing weird things with their hands, like you see me do on occasion. Um, so you can reveal a lot about a character from what they say as well as how they act when they're saying it. But the most important thing for me with dialogue is that you want to convey the character honestly. You want to make them feel like a person. For instance, if you walk into a cafeteria at a school, do you think you're really going to hear um, some random teenage boy say, gosh, that meal was delectable? Probably not. That doesn't sound authentic. Sounds kind of like a thesaurus is talking. You might hear him say, man, that was awesome. But I don't really think too many people are going to say that about cafeteria food. But, you know, if it was good food, he probably wouldn't say it was delectable. He would probably say it was awesome. So you want your characters to sound authentic, and you also want to take into consideration your target audience. If you are writing young adult, they should sound like young adults would sound. Don't use a lot of slang, because to me, slang is very dated. And if you start getting into, oh, that's wicked, yeah, that's pretty dated. I used to say that stuff like 10 years ago. So you kind of want to stay away from slang because you can date yourself with that. You might want to stay away from popular songs, maybe make up your own songs because you can date yourself with that too. Video games, you might want to stay away from that, you know, naming video games. But that really doesn't have anything to do with dialogue, I'm sorry. But if you're writing young adult, they're going to speak differently than what adults do. You know, they're going to have looser vocabulary. If you use slang, maybe make up something that kind of doesn't need much explanation. If you're writing an adult, you know, they might have tighter language. They might use a little bit longer words than what your young adult characters are going to use. But you also have to remember, obviously, you know, your readers aren't dumb. But you want to stay away from really, really lengthy words if you're writing young adult, because I don't like going searching for a dictionary when I'm reading. Even putting my little finger on my Kindle to see what a definition of what a word is kind of breaks me away from the story. So, you know, and I don't think a lot of people really speak with really long words. It just doesn't seem authentic. So to me, the most important thing you can do with dialogue is reveal parts of your character, which isn't just like, how do I say this? Most people, now I had an ex that went on a whole life story, and ugh, most people don't do that. They don't sit there for 3 hours and tell you about their life. Most people don't want to relive parts of their life. So they're not going to go on really long tangents. They're not going to reveal too much of themselves normally from what they say. They're going to reveal more about themselves from what they don't say. So you also have to think of that too. Don't make really, really long patches of dialogue, because that gets boring. Not a lot of people normally talk for really, really long periods of time about really important stuff normally, you know, and narrative is better for that, I feel. So the main thing is to make sure that your dialogue is authentic. I guess that's where I'm going with this. And I feel like I wasted 7 minutes of your time. But, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go make myself some coffee and get back to editing. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!